Hi everybody, it's Jeanette and I'm here with the lovely Tessa and she'll be guiding us through our class today and we hope that everybody enjoys.
Hi. So, I thought that I would start today's practice with Santosha. Santosha in Sanskrit means contentment with gratitude. And we're at a time right now where it may be difficult to find that sense of contentment in your life with everything that's going on. I know I can relate. And I thought that I would read this little bit of Santosha from Nikolai Bachman in the Yoga Sutras. So you can find a comfortable position for you to start. And if you'd like to close your eyes, you can. Become aware of how your breath moves and how that feels in the body to breathe in, out. Feel the connection of your body to your mat or to the ground. Inviting yourself into the moment and into your practice. Nikolai Bachman says, true inner happiness rests upon feeling content with who we are right now. Like the rest of the world, we are changing from moment to moment. Possessions flow in and out of our lives. People around us come and go. Our opinions and even what we think is true changes over time. Our outer form is in flux around a deeper and permanent light of awareness, called the Purusa in Sanskrit. Complete satisfaction and contentment can be experienced when our heart-mind field of consciousness, the Chitta, rests quietly in this awareness. According to the sutra, when Santosha is present, unexcelled happiness pervades our being. This feeling of contentment is not the same as what we feel when we have everything we ever wanted in life in terms of possessions, a partner, or an ideal job. Those things can all change. True Santosha comes from the understanding that who we really are at the core is none other than the light of awareness that all beings share. Santosha means being satisfied with whatever you are doing, knowing that it, like everything else, will end, and being aware that the eternal divinity within is always present. Contentment is not stagnant because of the changeable nature of our life and the world around us. Santosha is being aware that we are moving forward and being satisfied with our progress. So even if it's just for a few moments at some point in your practice or for this hour of being on your mat, exploring Santosha or Santosh, contentment, and coming into that place of contentment with a sense of gratitude. I invite you to bring your hands to your heart, Andale Mudra, and take a moment to think about something. It can be very simple that you are grateful for. Perhaps you can feel the heartbeat into the thumbs, to the hands. Taking that sense of gratitude into the awareness of the heart. any other thoughts have come to mind during the reading or during your thoughts of gratitude, you can take a moment to guide those into an intention for your practice. We'll take a deep breath in through the nose, filling into the lungs, the chest, and sigh out of the mouth. Let it go. Start to open your eyes softly, finding a little movement in the hands by rolling the wrists. And we'll change your seat if you need to. Getting started into your yoga practice. This is going to start with yin poses, 3 or 4 yin poses, and then guide you into a bit of movement, standing poses, a little bit of balancing or strengthening. We'll start and continue in a seat. Cross-legged works. You can stay on your knees if you were there. And we'll find some little Sufi grinds rolling around through the shoulders, the spine. Notice how the breath moves through this movement. Inhaling as you come forward, open the chest. Exhale as you round the spine. Switch directions of that movement. You may find in your Sufi grinds it feels better to roll around in the shoulders more, or feel this more in the mid-back, or maybe you're getting into the low back and your circles get wider down into the hips. We'll bring it back and center. Roll your shoulders or squeeze them up to your ears, and then let them roll back and down. A couple more times just like that. Inhale as you roll the shoulders up. Exhale as you bring them back and down. One more. Open the arms out beside you. Inhale, reach the arms up to the sky, lengthening the spine. Exhale to the left for a twist, bringing your right hand to your left knee, the left hand behind you. With your next inhale, bring it back up and center. Exhale to the right. We want to warm up the spine, the body just a little bit before we get into the stillness of yin poses. Inhale, bring it back up and center. And as you exhale, bring it into all fours. We'll take a few rounds of cat-cow, connecting the breath to the movement. Inhale as you roll the shoulders back. Find length through the torso and open the chest. Exhale as you round the spine. Tuck the chin. And a few more at your own pace. If you like to personalize your cat-cow, you can take some what are called barrel rolls, circling the hips, rolling the shoulders. Just being aware of how the body feels today without judgment. And we'll bring it into your first yin pose will be child's pose. For child's pose, your knees can be together or mat distance apart, big toes to touch behind you. Start to send the seat toward the heels. It's okay if the seat doesn't touch the heels. And if you're at home and you have pillows or a bolster you'd like to place under your front body, you can do that. Find a relaxing place for your forehead. And your arms can be wherever they're most comfortable. You can keep them extended. You can place your forehead on your arms. And we'll return to the breath here. Just noticing the pathway of the breath. Continue to explore the sensations in the body in this form. As you inhale, can you feel a gentle expansion through the back side of the lungs, the length of the spine? Notice if you're holding any tension in the face. Let the eyebrows soften, the forehead relax, a little massage for the forehead into the ground. Imagine breathing in open, clear space into the head space, into the mind. And exhaling away any thoughts that you wish not to take with you into your practice. Taking this awareness around the neck and the shoulders, becoming aware of any control you may be keeping in that area, and encouraging it to soften like ice to water. Surrendering to the moment, to your practice. Finding contentment with whatever that may be, whatever that place for you is today. Knowing that it is ever changing, comes and goes. Focus now on the settling of the heart space. And for the second half of your yin child's pose, I'm going to offer the option to take a twisted child's pose. You can come up onto your forearms if you'd like to explore this variation. Press into your left hand as you thread the right arm under the left arm, coming onto the back side of the right shoulder. We keep the hips sent back to the heels like your child's pose, but if you notice the hips coming up, there's no problem with that. As we now add the opening of the right shoulder, the back of the right shoulder. Let the right ear relax to the mat. Just make sure you're not carrying any tension in the neck. If you need to, you can place a block or a blanket or a pillow under your head. The position of your left arm is optional. It can rest beside you. It can reach to the front of the mat, or you can place the left hand to your low back. We'll be here for about 30 more seconds on this side of the twist. Allowing the breath to move freely. Inviting one more full breath here into the expansion of the back. Exhale completely. And making your way back to your center child's pose. If you chose your twisted child's pose variation, we'll reach the arms to the front of the mat. Let the head relax down. We'll take one full breath here. And then coming up slowly, pressing into the right hand, and we'll come right into the other side of your child's pose twist. Finding a resting place for the left side of your face. And then see how the breath feels on this side, expanding into the upper back. Settling. Releasing any tight control in the pose. Sometimes it's okay to just breathe. Letting go of any sort of perfection you think the pose needs and finding the breath. Coming into your last full breath here on this side, breathing into the back. Exhale completely. Press into the right hand to come back center. Find your extended center child's pose. Let the forehead rest down. And we'll take 3 full breaths here. Finding presence with the fullness of breath, a nice flow of air in, and a smooth flow of air out. Starting to come out of child's pose. If the hips are feeling really vulnerable here, you may just come up onto the forearms to start. We want to take the time coming out of a yin pose to allow the blood to flow back down around the hips, the legs. When you're ready, you can bring the knees under the hips, come up into all fours. It's optional what you do after your yin pose, but we want to take it as important as the pose itself. Just finding what feels good for you. That might be a few rounds of cat-cow. It might be a little moving and grooving of the spine, circling the hips, rolling the shoulders or the neck. It might even be a downward facing dog if you like to find a length or a stretch through the legs, the back of the legs. You can pedal out the knees if you're in down dog. And we'll bring the knees down and start to make your way into your second yin pose will be Sphinx. But we'll start all the way on the front body in what's known as yogi rest, or in yin we call crocodile. We'll bring the elbows out and the forehead to the hands. Find a full breath here. Notice the pathway of the breath. As you exhale, feel the melting of the hips. Let the hips completely rest into the mat. The tops of the legs, thighs, shins, top of the feet. Can you find your awareness in the toes? Any tingling sensation there? Bend the knees, send your heels up, and roll the ankles. We've been on the tops of the feet for a while in your child's pose, and just want to get them moving a little bit. Now windshield wiper the heels from side to side to loosen up the low back. Let the hips roll to one side and then the other. We'll bring the feet back center and lower the feet down, tops of the feet back to the mat. And we'll come up into your Sphinx with the elbows right under the shoulders. Let the shoulders roll onto the back to open up the space between the collarbones. You might find almost this pressing of the forearms, the hands, like you're trying to pull the mat in toward you. Sometimes that helps to bring the shoulders back. If you're experiencing quite a bit of tightness in your upper back, then be easeful with it. You don't need to force any perfect form here, just as long as you're not experiencing any pain. And you can let the head relax down as the shoulders continue to melt back. If you need to, you can rest your forehead onto a block, or if you don't have a block at home, a stack of books can work. Notice if you're holding any constriction in the breath. Sphinx is a great opportunity to allow your front body to relax. The upper abdomen at ease. The upper abdomen in yoga chakras is your solar plexus. And it's common for many of us to hold anxiety or stress in that area. Imagine breathing in open and clear into your upper abdomen, into the belly. And exhaling away, decluttering any tension you may be holding on to there. Allow it to melt into the earth, supported completely by the earth. Always supported. Inhaling open and clarity into the solar plexus, a beautiful yellow color, and exhaling, letting it unravel, declutter. Breathing in compassion, exhaling compassion. So you have the option to stay just like this in this pose, or you can come up into what's called seal. If you place your hands about an inch or two forward and an inch or two over to the side, and then press into the hands. Feel the press to bring your arms straight and deepen the back bend. Remember, this is optional. If you are sensitive in your back or low back, then do what feels best for you. You can stay on your forearms. And if at any time in a yin pose you need to ease all the way out of it, then honor your body and do so. If you're up in seal, let the shoulders roll back onto the back. Allow the legs to relax. The muscles around the legs, the thighs. Feel the connection of the hips, the front of the hips, up into the lower abdomen, your navel. Breathing into the length of the torso, up into the chest. Exhale completely. Notice what happens when you're present with the body, with the sensations in the body and the breath. Any subtle adjustments or places in the body that you may not have been aware of before, but you are now exploring yourself. If up in seal, we'll take one more inhale here. And as you exhale, we'll meet back down in Sphinx for about 30 more seconds. Maybe you'd like one more full breath here, breathing into the space of your upper abdomen, mid-back, upper back, chest. And as you exhale, we'll bring the elbows back apart and allow the forehead to rest down, releasing the low back. Let the shoulders release down. To counter your back bend, we'll bring the arms out to cactus, the elbows beside the shoulders. And bring your right ear to the mat, the right side of your face. And slide the left knee up by your left hip for a restorative frog. One more breath here. We'll take the left leg down to meet the right. Switch onto the left side of your face and slide the right knee up by your right hip. A few deep breaths here. The shoulders relax. And when you're ready, we'll take the right leg down to meet the left. Take your time as you bring the hands under the shoulders. Press up into all fours. And same thing, coming out of the pose, if you need a few rounds of cat-cow or a downward facing dog, doing what feels best for you here. We'll bring it around onto your seat when you're ready. Preparing for your last hand pose will be butterfly. The soles of the feet together with your knees out. We'll bring your hands around your ankles, roll your shoulders back. Find a length in the spine. Take a couple rounds of breath here. Let the belly open, the lungs open, up into the chest. Take your time with your butterfly as you start to fold forward, leading with the belly, the chest. You can use a little bit of assistance with your hands or your arms to ease your way down. And again, a butterfly, you may find a roundedness in the back and the spine. Allow the shoulders to drape down and the chin to nestle in toward the chest. Make sure you're able to breathe freely here. Each pose offers a slightly different pathway for your breath. Can you follow that pathway? In and out. It's okay in your yin practice if the mind is busy or if the mind wanders. The mind is a beautiful instrument and it loves to wander and think about things. But we have the power, we remember that we have the power to guide it back very gently. And we can use that, the guide of the breath, or the guide of the sensations in the body, maybe even the sounds of the room. I'm still here with you for about 30 seconds left. Feel the connection of your seat. Sensing any kind of warmth there, reminding you of your connection to the earth, to your mat, to the room, to your practice. And as you take your next inhale, guide your awareness up the spine, the back of the heart, the back of the neck, and the crown of the head. Exhale completely. Let the head relax all the way. We'll press into the fingertips to guide your way back up. You can engage the core a little bit to support the spine, and we'll let the chin roll up last. Take your time. Might feel good to roll the shoulders back a few times. You might even like to take a gentle twist from side to side here. I say all of this as options, listening to what feels best coming out of stillness. We'll pick the knees up and send the legs out straight. Point the toes, bring your hands behind you. Roll the shoulders back. Gaze up to the sky and allow the chest and the front body to expand here for a couple rounds of breath. Going to start to get moving slowly, moving into the second part of class. Coming up, slide your feet around to the side and bring your way into all fours. If you need a little more time before you come into movement, take your time with it. When you're ready, we'll meet in downward facing dog. Finding an equal press into the hands, under the knuckles. Guide your awareness up the arms and then slide the shoulders down the back to create space for the neck. Having your gaze at about the center of the mat or back to your toes. Maybe you keep your knees bent here. The back line of the legs is tight today. Or maybe you'd like to pedal out the knees. We'll take 3 more rounds of breath here in down dog. Any movement or stillness that feels best to you. And with your next inhale, shift your way into full plank. Immediately engage your awareness around the core, your navel, right under the navel. Lower the knees and come into your supported side plank, placing the right hand under the shoulder. Pivot the right foot away from you and slide the left leg back straight as you reach the left arm to the sky. Lift the left leg. Starting to wake up these major muscle groups around the core, your legs. Might even engage your glutes a little bit here. Full breath here, in and out. As you take your next inhale, reach the left arm forward over the left ear and lower the left leg. Exhale as you reach everything back up. Inhale, lengthen, open. Left side body, exhale, lift. Following your breath for 3 more rounds, inhale, lengthen, exhale, engage, lift. Next time you engage, lift. You have the option here to bend your left knee and take a bind to open up the front line of your left leg, left quadricep. Or you can remain engaged and lengthened. Take 1 more breath. If you have the bind, exhale, release. Lower the left leg. Now scoop your left arm under the right, coming into a little twist of the spine. Inhale, reach the left arm back up. Exhale to twist. 3 or 4 more times at your own pace. Inhale, extend, and exhale brings you back to center, full plank. 1 full breath here. Find your awareness, the core, inner thighs. We'll lower the left knee and come right into the other side of that sequence. Inhaling to reach the right arm to the sky. You can roll the wrist out a little bit. We're on it for a while. And lift the right leg. Finding that engagement, adjusting how you need to feel the stability. Your stability foot can either be flexed or the top of the foot pressing into the mat, what feels best for you. Then you have the option here to take the bind, opening up the front line of the right leg. Allow the right shoulder to roll back and then re-engage your core. Lengthen the right leg back out. Inhale to reach the right arm to the sky. And then we'll lower the right foot and reach the right arm forward. Engage, lift. And lengthen, re-extend. Allow the breath to move during this. Exhale to engage. Inhale to lengthen. One more. Lower the right foot and thread the right arm under the left, coming into a spinal twist, opening the back of the shoulder. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, twist. Continue at your own pace, 2 or 3 more rounds. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, pivot to center. Find your full plank. 1 full breath. Exhale, downward facing dog. We'll bring your way to the top of your mat in your forward fold. However you'd like to get there, you can walk or step or hop. Allow the belly to rest down to the thighs. You can keep a little bend in the knees if you need to. You can take your hands to either elbow, put a little bit of weight on the release of the shoulders, and maybe even sway mindfully from side to side. Bringing it back to center, 1 more full breath into the back. As you exhale, release the hands down. Inhale to come up, reverse swan dive. Strong legs, strong glutes, strong core. Reach up, optional gentle back bend here if you like. And exhale, hands to heart. Find your breath here. Feel the pulse of the heart. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, mountain pose, hands through center to your sides. Feel the connection of your feet, all 4 corners of each foot. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold. You can swan dive or bring the hands through center. Step the left foot back. And pivot the left foot to a 90 degree, coming up into your warrior 2. Windmill the arms around. Readjust the feet how you need to, and then bending into your right leg. Finding your gaze at your right fingertips. One more full breath here. And coming into triangle, straighten your right leg. Adjust the feet if you need to bring your left foot in just a little bit, you can. Shift the right hip back, tucking it up under the left. Reach forward with your right hand and lower the right hand. Can come to your leg, to a block, to a stack of books if you're using books. And reaching your left arm up to the sky. Letting the heart open to the sky. Allow the chin to relax back. Feel the outer edge of your left foot peel to the mat. And take your gaze down to your right toes, bending into your right knee as you engage the core to support the spine to bring your way back up into warrior 2. Windmill the hands around to square off your right foot. We're gonna come into pyramid, stepping your left foot in just a few inches and have it be at about a 45 degree away from you. Straightening into your right leg, you can keep the knee gently bent if you need to. Tuck your right hip back into alignment with the left so the spine can stay straight down the back. Your hands can be on the mat or they can be on blocks. Inhale to come up halfway, lengthen the spine, roll the shoulders down the back. Feel the strength in your legs and in your core. One more inhale here. And as you exhale, let the nose relax down toward the knee. The spine may round just a little bit to allow the shoulders to relax down. Letting go of any tension in the neck. Feel the connection of your left foot. Don't forget about the back leg. With your next inhale, come back up halfway. And we'll glide this into your standing split. You can take the blocks with you, or your hands can be on the ground. As you walk your hands forward, as soon as you lift your left foot, feel the strength in the back of the left leg and extend through the heel. Your right leg can stay gently bent or straight, and you have the option to practice your balance here by wrapping your hands around the ankle or bringing them to your heart. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, take a little bird on the line variation by bringing the left knee into the right and rounding the spine, squeezing into your core. Inhale, lengthen back out. Exhale, squeeze it in. If you're really up for a challenge today, you can do this with your hands at your heart center. Exhale, squeeze it in. Inhale, extend. One more time. Inhale, extend. Plant the hands down if you lifted them. Place your ball of your left foot back behind you and step your right foot back to the left, meeting in downward facing dog. Full breath. Shifting into your plank on an inhale. Lower the knees, and on an exhale, keep the elbows tied into your side body as you lower chest, chin. Peel the body forward, pressing into the hands, easy cobra. Open the heart. Exhale to bring it back, downward facing dog. We'll take yogi's choice to the top of the mat. Step or hop. Release into your fold on an exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, open. Let the shoulders roll around and up as you come up. Reach, optional back bend. Exhale, hands through center to your sides. Mountain pose. Full breath here. If you need a sigh out of the mouth, you can. Let it go, wiggle it out a little bit. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, fold. Step the right foot back. Pivot the right foot to a 90 degree. Feel this from your foundation up. Feel the connection of the feet. Strengthen the legs as you windmill open. Virabhadrasana 2. Warrior 2. Find your gaze. Find your breath. One more. Coming into triangle, straighten the front leg. Adjust how you need to. Tuck the left hip up under the right and reach forward to lengthen the spine. Lower the left hand. Use your core to spiral the heart up. Triangle can be tricky to breathe into. How does the breath feel here for you? Where is the pathway of the breath? Taking your gaze down to your left toes, bending mindfully into your left knee, engage back up, warrior two. Windmill the hands around to square off the front foot and come into your pyramid legs. Let the left hip tuck back into alignment with the right. Your hands can be on the mat or on blocks. And especially if you're prone to hyperextension in your knees, you can keep your left knee gently bent. Come up halfway. Inhale, lengthen the spine, the shoulders roll down the back. And when you're ready, exhale to soften into the pose. Let the head relax, taking out any tension in the neck. You can shake the head out a little bit if you like. Full breath in, full breath out. Bending into your left knee, walking the hands out in front of you, and bringing your way into your standing split. As soon as you lift the right toes, engaging into the right leg, extend through the heel to start. Remember, if you like to practice your balance here, you can bring your hands around your ankle. And we'll take this into your little moving bird on the line sequence. Exhale as you squeeze the right knee in. Inhale as you lengthen it back out. Inhale, squeeze it in. The left knee bends just a little bit. Feel yourself sitting into your left glutes. And then inhale, lengthen the right leg back out. This whole thing can be practiced in full balance if you're crazy.
Look, I tried it for 1 second on the other side. I was like, I'm all right.
Yeah, one side may be easier than the other. And the next time you lift, extend. We'll bend back into the left knee. Step the right foot back. Plant the hands. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale into plank. Lower the knees. Exhale, leading with your chest chin. Elbows tied in toward your side body. Inhale, peel the heart up, easy cobra. Exhale, we'll meet in downward facing dog. Full breath here, in and out. Send the right heel to the sky, three-legged down dog. Bend the right knee and send the right knee to the sky, stacking the right hip on top of the left. Option to take wild thing, or it's like upside down down dog or something like that. Flip your down dog. To place your right foot behind you, extend your left leg out straight, and then reach your right arm back. Full breath in if you're here. Then we'll exhale to pivot your way back to center. Send the right heel back to the sky. And step the right foot between the hands. Coming into your warrior one legs. Inhale as you swoop the arms back and forward. Let the chest open to the sky, the chin relax back. Inhale. Exhale, cactus the arms, the shoulders rest down the back. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, cactus. One more, inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands away from you, interlace the hands at your low back. Roll the shoulders back. If this is too much on your shoulders, you can just place your hands at your low back. With your next exhale, coming down into humble warrior. Let the chest melt down. Strong legs. Feel the connection of both feet. The stability of both legs, your foundation up into the core. And let the head relax. With your next inhale, we'll engage all of it to come right back up. Inhale, arms reach to the sky. Exhale, hands plant down. Step the left foot up to meet the right, release into your fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale to come up. Reach it up. Exhale, mountain pose. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. And you have your choice here to step or hop back. Downward facing dog or plank. Chaturanga, up dog, or what we've been doing by coming forward. Plank, lower the knees. Chest, chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Full cleansing breath here. You can sigh out of the mouth if you need to. Inhale, send the left heel to the sky. Bend the left knee and send the knee up. Stacking the left hip on top of the right. Option to flip your dog here, a wild thing. Stepping the left foot behind you. Extend the right leg out straight and inhale to reach back. When you're ready, exhale to pivot your way back to center. Send your left heel back to the sky. And step the left foot between the hands. Coming into your warrior one foot placement. And when you're ready, swoop the arms back and up, inhale. Inhale. Exhale, cactus the arms. Let the shoulders really soften back. Inhale up. Exhale, cactus. Feel the exhale into the contraction of your core. One more. Exhale, hands float away from you. Interlace at your low back. Roll the shoulders back. And when you're ready, bring it down, humble warrior. Engage to come up. Unlace the hands. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hands come down. Step the right foot up to meet the left. Release into your fold. Shake it out. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale to rise. Exhale, hands to heart to your side. Mountain pose, Tadasana. 3 full cleansing breaths here. Can you find contentment, santosh, with gratitude for your time on the mat, for the strength, movement of your body, for even if it's just an hour, finding presence with yourself. Use your next inhale, reach up, optional back bend if you like, let the heart open to the sky. When you're ready, exhale, fold. Step or hop back, downward facing dog or plank, taking your last choice of vinyasa, chaturanga to up dog or 8-point pose to cobra. We'll meet in child's pose when you're ready. Starting to cool the breath back down. Inhaling cool, refreshing air. Exhale, letting go of any too much heat that may be happening. Coming up into all fours, preparing for pigeon. You can come from all fours and swoop your right knee behind the right wrist, or you can come up into downward facing dog and bringing your right knee behind your right wrist. Right foot over to the left side of your mat, and then slide your right knee back to create space for the hips. If you need a block or a pillow under your right hip, you can do that. We'll find your upright pigeon. Let the shoulders roll back. Take a deep breath in here to the front body. You can stay just like this, or when and if you're ready, resting onto your forearms, onto the elbows. Allow the head to relax. If you're feeling restful, you can stay here. If you'd like to practice your king pigeon or mermaid, I can help guide you into that, pressing up onto your hands. Having the right hand on the inside of your right knee, and start to bend your left knee. Just getting a sense of how the left leg feels. It's really common that you might feel a little bit of cramp. You can shake it out and then come back into it. Reach your left arm back like you're opening the left shoulder. And maybe you find the left foot. Use the right hand, maybe you come onto the fingertips of the right hand, let both shoulders roll back, and keep your core engaged to protect the low back. You can take your gaze forward, a little stretch in the neck, down into the left shoulder. For full mermaid, sliding the left foot into your inner left elbow. Practicing your balance here, reach the right arm up, and maybe you interlace the hands behind the head. Make sure you can breathe, whatever form you're in. Going mindfully out of mermaid if you're there. Plant the right hand down. Slowly release your left foot. Bring the shoulders back, center. And we'll all together press up into downward facing dog. Pedaling out the knees here, any movement that feels good to you between sides. And when you're ready, we'll bring the left knee behind the left wrist. Left foot over to the right side of the mat, and then slide your right knee back. Coming onto the fingertips, roll the shoulders back. Open pigeon, open front body. You can stay just like this or soften into it if you like. Option to stay here once again, or practice your mermaid or king pigeon on the other side. Placing the left hand on the inside of the left knee. You want to find a little bit of a lift here. You might use your core to feel that pull up. And then reach your right hand to the right foot. Let your right shoulder roll back. Taking it one step at a time. Really mindful along the way. Where is your strength? Where is the space? How does the breath move here? Option for full mermaid. And breathe. With your next exhale, if you're in full mermaid, we'll release the bind. Place your left hand down, mindfully release the right foot. Square the shoulders, and then take your time as you press back into downward facing dog. We'll all meet. Pedaling out the knees if you need to. Sway the hips around. Lower the knees. Bring your way onto your seat. Put the legs out in front of you. And we'll bring this down into a low boat. As you come down, feel the core engage. And then we take a low boat down onto the press of your sacrum into the mat. Pressing the sacrum into the mat, Feeling that wrap around into your lower abdominal muscles. Flex or point the toes. Little bend in the knees if you need to. Got it, are you shaking?
Sorry.
Over your way onto all the way onto your back.
Low boat's not my favorite.
Different for everybody.
Yeah.
So let the back relax into the mat. Bring the feet mat distance apart with the knees bent, and then let the knees come together at the middle. Open your arms out beside you. And just allowing the back to settle in, down into the low back. Deep breath in through the nose. Let the entire front body expand. And when you're ready, sigh it out. Let it go. Any more of those if you need to help cool and soothe the breath, the body. Making your way into happy baby. Picking up the knees, slide your arms on the insides of the legs to the shins, ankles, or outer edges of the feet. Let the knees melt down your side body. If you like movement in your happy baby, you can sway side to side, massaging the back. We'll bring it back to center. Release the feet, heels to center, feet down. Make sure you have enough room for your spinal twist. We'll lift and shift the hips over to the right. Lift and lower the knees over to the left. Encouraging the right shoulder to remain back down onto the mat. If it feels okay on your neck, you can take your gaze over to the right. Any twist variation that you prefer here, you can take. A full decompression of the spine. I encourage you to release any little bits of control you may be holding on to here. Any muscles engaged. Breathing into that space, any space of tightness. And exhaling, letting it go. Full surrender into the twist. We'll take one more full breath here into the nose. Exhale completely. Engage your core a little bit to support the spine as you bring the knees back to center. We'll reposition the hips up and over now to the left to lift the knees and let them fall over to the right. Encouraging the left shoulder to rest down toward the mat. Both shoulders at ease. And if you'd like, you can take your gaze to the left. Notice how a full breath here may feel. Inviting the body into space, the space of the breath, space of your room. We'll take one more full breath here. Exhale, sigh it out. Engage around your core to bring the knees back to center. Plant the feet down, adjust the hips to center. And you can take any last little movement you may be feeling before your final resting pose, your final Shavasana. Any last few deep breaths in through the nose and sighing out of the mouth to help you find ease. Take your time, gather anything you need for comfort, blanket or pillow. And when you're ready, we'll make your way into your full Shavasana. Letting the legs lengthen and settle down. feet open. Can you find your awareness in the toes? Maybe the gentle pulse, the aliveness there. I'll be guiding you through your Shavasana. Starting the awareness of the feet and of the body. And then after that, I'll play you a little bit of the Native American flute. This is tuned to the heart chakra, F sharp. Feel the soft weight of your heels. Up the vibration of your legs, knees, upper legs, hips, connection of your low back, your tailbone. As you guide your awareness into your front body, observe the natural rhythm and flow of your breath. Letting your next exhale settle your awareness into the back, the spine, up the spine, back of the shoulders, heart center. Can you feel the pulse of your heart? Santosh, contentment. Easing your way into a restful place of contentment. Feel the back of the head supported by the earth. Scan the softness of your face, allowing the eyes to rest in and back. The natural rhythm of your breath guiding you into a restorative rest, much needed restorative place of rest. Guiding your mind gently back, feeling the body at rest against the ground, feeling the air on your skin, and the air as you breathe in, the nostrils and the back of the throat, cleansing breath in and out, awakening slowly with gentle movements of your fingers or toes, taking your time as you slide your heels in and roll over to your right or left side. Pressing your way up into a seat, a comfortable seat that works for you. I invite you to bring your hands back to your heart, finding your awareness at the heart space. Practicing contentment any moment, finding that ease, that place back inside, back home within you. Kind of like an eye of a storm, the calm center. Remember, it's always there. You can come back to it. You can breathe back into that space. Take a moment to remember that thing of gratitude, or maybe it's something new for you. We'll seal our time here together with a full breath in through the nose, out of the mouth. Thank you so very much for tuning in to this class, to this practice. Thank you, Jeanette, so much for having me here. And take care. Take care of yourself. Take care of those you love. Namaste.
Namaste.